Hey, what's up? Welcome to Lesson 6, where we'll be coloring our illustrations. Are you ready? Great, so we already have the brush and the inking is done as well. So let's begin coloring the drawings, applying the most suitable tones. Thus, one advantage is that we can base on the colors of the original recipe to color our illustrations. For example, the tortillas will be of a light orange, the tomato red, the pepper green, the lime yellowish, the cheese yellow, and so on. Thanks to the reference, we know which colors to use. We could even go to our kitchen and have a look at the ingredients if we are unsure about it. What else? Well, I'm going to explain now how the brush works. This brush opacity is low, so the strokes are transparent in certain areas. What does it mean? Well, if we apply another color on it, it won't be fully covered, and thus the other color would be appreciated. Let's say I add green on the red of the tomato. Both colors would merge, and another tone will be created as a result of the transparency. So, we need to be careful when applying colors, depending on the effect we want to get. Cool, so what else about the brush? Well, yeah, it simulates watercolors. Well, we knew that because we selected it because of that, right? So, if the pressure applied is light, it looks like a watery effect, and the tone will be quite light and subtle. On the contrary, if we apply more pressure, we'll get a darker and more saturated tone. So, play around with pressure to try out different effects and see which one you prefer. You can even color the drawing irregularly, that is, apply different pressure to create lighting effects. I think that's a really cool idea, actually. What I'm making right now with the pepper is applying pressure in certain areas and reducing the pressure in others in order to create some sort of spots. I'm going to pick another green tone, perhaps more yellowish or lighter, for the jalapeno, to differentiate it from the pepper. And the same for the lime. Well, another thing I would like to mention is that as we are creating a hand-drawn effect, we can draw freely and draw loose and free strokes. So don't worry if you exceed the outline. We can always come back, erase the exceeding area, and color it again. In addition, we are simulating watercolor effects, right? So if we were doing it manually, it wouldn't be perfect neither, right? So to be honest, I really like this unfinished effect. Imperfection in this case is really cool, and the result is really nice. And it's one of the advantages of coloring with watercolors. The result isn't perfect, but special. It's a quite fast technique indeed. Unfortunately, however hard we try, at least in my case, I haven't been able to flawlessly imitate or represent a particular drawing technique, except you practice it every day. Photoshop offers a lot of tools and facilitates the working process, especially when simulating a hand-drawn effect. This way we wouldn't need to worry about getting the material, keeping it, or getting dirty. So it's a really good advantage. Obviously, there are differences between traditional and digital drawing. However, digital drawing is quite similar to traditional results nowadays. It simulates hand-drawn effects quite well. But, well, let's leave it in the hands of the professionals, and for the moment, play around with the different Photoshop's tools, which I think work perfectly well. It simulates watercolors quite well, and it's awesome, since it's a digital software imitating a traditional drawing technique, and a quite old one. And we can say the result is quite good, so great. I'm completing the cheese, and let's continue. You may wonder why I'm picking blue for the salt. Weird, right? Well, the reason is that it should be colored in order to appreciate it. So I picked blue, which very much resembles to the shadows casted on the salt. Well, so it only remains the tomato sauce and this funny spice blend. I'm not really sure about what it is, okay? There it goes, perfect. Perhaps we could add some color to the parts. I think they are too white and look a little bit sad. So I'm going to apply some color and decoration so they look fun. And also apply volume. Great, as you can see, we've made it in no time. And now I'm going to name the layer as color. Perfect, what's left? Well guys, we still need to add color to the final dish. So I'll apply an orange tone, as we did in the previous step. Don't worry too much about the outline. If you exceed it, you can delete the extra color. I'll also try to reflect this time the transparency effect we used before. Well, now I'm applying the shadows, and the next I'm going to do is to color the taco's filling. Let's pick this reddish tone, slightly dark. As you can see, we're coloring on the previously colored areas, and colors are maintained, okay? Once you add the base colors, keep applying different tones to create textures, but not too much, because we are looking for a fresh result. So try to avoid adding too much colors. Great, so we've almost finished. We only need to add some details, such as the onion, represented by these purple lines, also the pepper, the tomato, and even the chickpeas, and the cheese in order to get a colorful final drawing. For example, add the jalapenos by using small and irregular circles. Then pick a light yellow to imitate cheese. Anyway, it'll be way easier to draw an easy dish and well known for you, as you will have a picture in your mind. For example, it will be really easy to draw pasta or Japanese recipe, which are quite trendy right now. Also tortillas with cheese, which will be much easier actually. However, I wanted to create something more complex like this dish in order to show you different possibilities this watercolor brush offers. I highly recommend it actually. So great, in the next lesson we'll be adding the final touches and setting up the final composition. Okay, so see you there.